So, I have a new feeling about this terrible pandemic and why it's happening and so forth. It's just a conspiracy theory, if you wish, but I thought I'd share it with you, all right? So, I want you to imagine with me that there was a meeting in China last summer, last fall, and Xi, the lifetime president of China or prime minister, whatever he is, had a meeting with some of his advisors, and one of them, a young guy, raised his hand and he said, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, whatever, I think I figured out how we can pass up America as the number one economy in the world and basically put them out of business and not only knock them down to second place, but probably knock them down to 10th or 20th or 30th place without firing a shot. Well, so Xi says, oh, yeah, let's hear it. And he says, well, what you do, remember they gave us $3 or $4 million for our germ warfare laboratory here in Wuhan. So we get that lab. This will be ironic. We'll use their money to create a tool again. So we get the lab to put out a pretty bad virus. Not enough to wipe out the whole U.S. population, but just a little worse than the flu, a little more deadly than the normal flu, all right? And then, instead of informing the world that we've got it over here, we'll give it to our own people first. And before we announce how dangerous it is, we'll send 500,000 Chinamen all over the world to spread this virus and make sure, especially to America, we'll send a lot of people to America and make sure this virus gets going over there. Now, the virus is not going to kill off a lot of Americans, a couple percent at the most, say. But what it's going to do is going to scare the piss out of them because of the media. Their media is so out of control. You know, there's no control of the media except by the 6 or 7 people who own all the media. So they just do whatever they feel like, and the media is going to have a wonderful time with this topic. They're going to exaggerate everything. They're going to do what we call fear-mongering. We don't have to lift a finger. They will scare the American public so badly and the American Congress that they will dismantle their society. They'll stop people from going to work, and they will, without us interfering, just because of the existence of the virus and the propaganda put out by their own media, they will decide to lock everybody up. And they will go into the greatest depression they've ever had for no reason whatsoever. And they'll never recover from that depression. And while they're in that depression, China will move ahead easily to become the number one economy in the world and the number one political power. What do you think of that idea, Mr. Xi?